Welcome back to the Declutter Revolution. Have you ever opened your closet and felt instantly overwhelmed by the piles of clothes you barely wear, the jackets shoved behind t-shirts, or those outfits you've kept just in case? Today we're diving into the ultimate guide to reclaiming your wardrobe, turning chaos into calm, and discovering how letting go can feel surprisingly freeing. Yesterday, we explored clearing out unnecessary items around the house, things that silently clutter our space and steal our peace. Now it's time to focus on your clothes, the pieces that define your daily life and style. I'll share how I assessed every item, figured out what truly matters, and created a system that makes getting dressed joyful instead of stressful. I'll show you practical steps that anyone can follow to transform a messy wardrobe into a functional, inspiring space. Let's get started. First, let's explore why our closets get messy. Right now, we'll uncover the habits and small choices that quietly pile up, turning a wardrobe into unexpected clutter. I have learned that a messy wardrobe never comes from one moment, it comes from many small habits that quietly pile up. Once I understood the real reasons behind the clutter, organizing my closet stopped feeling like a chore and became an act of caring for myself. One of the biggest causes was holding on to clothes just in case. For years, I kept outfits that no longer fit my body or my life. Old college t-shirts, stretch sweaters, sun-faded dresses. I convinced myself they might be useful someday, but each piece carried a version of me that I had already outgrown. Letting them go felt like allowing myself to step into who I am now. Another habit was emotional shopping. I used to buy things because they looked great on a live stream or because they were 50% off in a flash sale. I still remember a trendy blouse I bought impulsively. I wore it once and then never again because it didn't match anything I owned. Those pieces became silent clutter money, spent space, taken zero value, returned. Over time, I've learned to pause before buying and ask, will I actually wear this at least 10 times? A third issue was the lack of a clear organizing system. In my home, everyone put things wherever there was empty space. Scarves mixed with tote bags, hats shoved behind sweaters. It made getting dressed stressful because I spent more time searching than choosing. Once I created simple categories, tops, outerwear, accessories, homeware, everything naturally found its place. I also noticed that I rarely cleaned my closet unless it was Lunar New Year or moving day. But clutter grows quietly. Now I do a small review every 3 months. It keeps the closet light functional and surprisingly peaceful. Tools matter too. I used to hang heavy coats on thin plastic hangers. They bent, broke, and sometimes the clothes fell onto the floor. Switching to a set of sturdy matching hangers instantly made the closet look cleaner and easier to manage. Some items took up valuable space but were worn only once or twice a year, like old office outfits from a job I left long ago. Instead of letting them sit unused, I started selling them online or donating to charity. Every piece that leaves creates space not only in my closet, but in my mind. Don't miss tomorrow's video where I tackle a full home refresh, clearing out the unused, organizing what matters, and sharing practical tips you'll definitely need. It's full of ideas to help you create a home that's both tidy and joyful. Now that we've looked at why our closets tend to get messy, it's time to take a closer look at the current state of my wardrobe and why so much space was being wasted without me even realizing it. Next, we move to the current state of the wardrobe. My wardrobe became messy for one simple reason: the space was overloaded. It didn't matter that I had a main closet, a smaller side cabinet, and even an open shelf. None of them were used in a thoughtful way, so everything still felt chaotic. I realized that many of the pieces taking up space were clothes I rarely wore, or styles that no longer matched who I am. Old trendy skirts, jackets from 5 years ago, and outfits I kept just in case were quietly occupying the best spots in my closet. Every morning, I picked through piles of items that no longer brought me joy. It wasn't just clutter, it was emotional weight. So I set a clear goal: keep only what fits my life today. I went through each section and asked myself, would I wear this next week? If the answer was no, it went into a different pile. Little by little, the wardrobe started to breathe again. The next step was organizing in a way that felt easy to see, easy to grab, and easy to put back. I folded homeware vertically so I could view everything at a glance, and I grouped similar colors together so my eyes didn't feel overwhelmed. Just changing the layout made me more willing to maintain it every day. For clothes still in good condition, I prepared 2 boxes in advance, one for family and friends, another for donation. Doing it immediately prevented me from saving things again out of guilt. I moved heavy storage boxes from the top of the wardrobe to a lower, safer place. Not only did it reduce the risk of something falling, but it also made cleaning the top surface much easier. A calmer closet doesn't come from having more space. It comes from making space for what truly matters. Once I understood the problem, the next step was to tackle it in a structured way. Sorting by category made the process feel manageable, and it revealed patterns I hadn't noticed before. Now let's dive into sorting by category. Grouping clothes by type helps reveal what I actually wear, what's unnecessary, and which items deserve a better home. When I finally decided to reorganize my wardrobe, I learned that the easiest way to start was to sort everything by category. It sounds simple, but looking at each group separately helped me understand what I actually wear, what I've been keeping just in case, and which items deserve a better home. I began with outerwear because these pieces take up the most space. I tried on every jacket to check comfort, fit, and fabric. A few classics always stayed neutral: blazers that work with everything, a basic denim jacket, and my lightweight windbreaker that's useful across seasons. But then came the harder part: letting go. Heavy jackets I rarely wore, stiff coats that looked great but weren't practical, and denim jackets that had outdated cuts or faded unevenly all had to go. What helped me was grouping all my winter coats in one separate corner so they wouldn't overwhelm the rest of the closet during the warmer months. Dresses were easier because I could immediately see which ones still made sense for my current lifestyle. I hung most of them on multi-layer hangers to save space, one of the best investments I've made. I kept versatile midi or long dresses that I could wear to work, coffee outings, or a casual day out. Fabrics that resisted wrinkles and neutral colors always won. The ones I donated were short dresses I barely reached for, pieces with loud prints I couldn't match, or dresses tied to a specific event that I never revisited. When I had 2 very similar dresses, I kept the one with better structure or a more flattering shade. This category was tricky: the emotional pile. I used the 1-week rule. Whenever I wanted to buy something new, I listed it and waited 7 days. If I still loved it, I allowed myself to consider it. I used the same approach inside my closet. For every dress I wasn't sure about, I tried it on again. Anything that felt itchy, overly revealing, or too complicated to wear went into the outgoing pile. Matching sets were surprisingly easy. I kept those that worked both as a full outfit and as mix and match separates. Sets that looked good only as a whole, or those in awkward shades I never reached for, were donated or sold. Higher value pieces went into a small sell for charity box, something that made letting go feel even more meaningful. For seasonal or festival clothing, I set a reasonable limit: just 1 or 2 outfits for special events. Holiday sweaters and themed accessories were fun, but I realized I didn't need a whole pile of them. I learned that the best time to buy these items is at secondhand shops early in the season. Great prices, adorable designs, and less waste. I also removed anything damaged, faded, or no longer enjoyable to wear. Clothes should spark joy, but they shouldn't take over the closet. I sorted these by fabric: cotton, knit, fleece, wool. The keepers were simple knits, warm everyday sweaters, and basics in neutral tones. I let go of scratchy wool pilling knits, stretched necklines, and heavy sweaters that weren't actually warm. A small trick made a big difference: folding thinner items vertically so every piece was visible at once. Thicker sweaters went on padded hangers to prevent shoulder bumps. Jeans required time. I grouped them by color, light, medium, dark, and special shades, then tried every pair. I checked the waist-thigh comfort and length with the shoes I wear most. In the end, I kept just a few essentials, one light, one dark, and one reliable everyday pair. Anything too short, unflattering, worn out, or ripping in the wrong places went. And now, whenever I consider a new pair, I always try them on with my usual shoes, one small habit that prevents so many mistakes. After grouping everything into categories, I needed a simple step-by-step method to actually decide what stays and what goes. Then, we have simple step-by-step method. I placed everything on the bed and the floor, creating a complete picture of what I truly owned. That moment was both shocking and amusing, seeing items I hadn't touched in years, and even a few pieces that still had their tags on. Laying everything out where I could see it suddenly made the decision-making much clearer. Once the entire wardrobe was emptied, I began sorting everything into specific categories. This step helped me understand my habits more clearly, putting all my jackets together, then my t-shirts, blouses, dresses, jeans, trousers, sportswear, sleepwear, and accessories made patterns appear almost instantly. When I gathered all my jeans in one place, for example, I realized I owned several pairs in nearly identical shades, and 2 of them didn't fit comfortably anymore. Sorting by category made it easier to compare which pieces I actually used and which ones were just taking up space. After that, I applied a simple 4-group rule that made decisions much lighter. I kept the items that fit well, matched my current lifestyle, and could be easily mixed and matched. I created another pile for clothes that were still in good condition, but no longer felt like me. These would go to friends or donation centers. Then there was a pile for pieces worth selling, like branded items, office wear from a previous job, or elegant dresses I rarely had the chance to wear. Finally, anything torn, stained, stretched out, or hopelessly out of shape was placed in the recycle or discard group. What surprised me was how satisfying it felt to repurpose some old pieces instead of simply throwing them away. Scarves that had lost their shape became perfect cloths for cleaning mirrors. Thin, worn-out t-shirts turned into soft kitchen wipes. Not only did this reduce waste, but it also made the decluttering process feel more thoughtful and intentional. By the end, my closet felt lighter, and so did I. Once the piles were sorted, it was time to evaluate each piece more carefully. Which items truly mattered, which could be let go. Next up is keep only what you need. We'll explore how to evaluate each piece, try them on check duplicates, and create a wardrobe that truly fits your life. Over the years, it's so easy to accumulate clothes that we hardly touch, and sometimes we convince ourselves we might wear them someday. I started using a simple rule: if I hadn't worn something in 6 months to a year, it was very likely I didn't really need it. For example, I found a beautiful jumpsuit tucked in the back of the wardrobe. It looked stunning, but every time I tried to wear it, it felt cumbersome and awkward. Accepting that it didn't serve me anymore made it easier to place it in the donation pile. Trying items on immediately was another game changer. Sometimes an outfit looks perfect on the hanger, but feels completely different when worn. I tested everything for comfort fits and fabric quality. A pair of old jeans that had stretched awkwardly and pinched at the waist went straight out. Seeing how each piece performed in real life made my choices much more practical. Next, I checked for duplicates by grouping clothes by color and style. I discovered, for instance, 4 nearly identical white shirts. After trying each on, I decided to keep only the 2 with the best fit and easiest care. This process saved space and reduced the daily frustration of digging through similar items. Fabric quality was another crucial factor. I let go of sweaters that pilled or itchy, polyester tops that felt suffocating in summer. I kept pieces made from cotton linen or modal that were durable and breathable. A once beloved wool sweater that had become fuzzy after repeated washing was retired, even though I had fond memories of it. I considered my lifestyle and current needs. In the past, I worked in a formal office, so I had a collection of suits. Now my work environment is much more casual, and those suits no longer fit the practical demands of my daily life. Choosing clothes that match how I actually live ensures my wardrobe is functional, not just sentimental. This reflection helped me create a closet that feels lighter, more accessible, and genuinely useful for everyday life. Finally, let's discuss prevent wardrobe from getting messy again. Keeping a wardrobe tidy is not just about a big cleanup, it's about creating habits that prevent the mess from coming back. I've found that one of the simplest rules is the one in, one out principle. Every time I buy a new piece of clothing, I make myself choose one older item to donate, sell, or recycle. For example, when I bought a new summer dress last month, I pulled out an older dress that I hadn't worn in years. It felt strange at first, almost like saying goodbye, but it helped me control the total number of clothes and made space for the pieces I truly love. I also make a habit of seasonal checks. Every 3 to 6 months, I go through my wardrobe and adjust according to the weather. Thick winter coats go into plastic bins during the hot months, and summer dresses are neatly arranged for easy access. This simple routine keeps my closet functional and ensures I can quickly grab what I need without sifting through layers of clothes that aren't currently useful. Setting quantity limits has been a game changer. I decide in advance how many of each item I realistically need: about 7 to 10 t-shirts, 2 to 3 pairs of jeans, 5 to 7 skirts. When my wardrobe exceeds these limits, it forces me to make conscious decisions about what I no longer love. It's surprisingly freeing to let go of pieces that no longer fit my style or life. Organization is easier when every item has a fixed place. I dedicate the left section of my closet for work clothes and the right for homeware. Folding and hanging properly also makes a huge difference. I use the KonMari method to fold t-shirts upright so I can see every piece at a glance, and I hang sweaters or blouses on sturdy wooden hangers to maintain their shape. My knitted sweaters stay folded horizontally to avoid stretching at the shoulders. Finally, I keep a small temporary collection basket in my room for clothes I'm unsure about or that need repair. At the end of the month, I go through it and decide whether to donate, sell, or recycle the items. For instance, a stained shirt that's too difficult to clean goes into the basket and eventually finds a new purpose as a cleaning rag. Little routines like these make all the difference in keeping a wardrobe tidy, manageable, and truly enjoyable. Keeping a wardrobe tidy is all about understanding why clutter builds up and taking thoughtful steps to clear it. By following the tips and strategies shared in this video, you can create a closet that's functional, peaceful, and truly reflects your lifestyle. If you want to continue transforming your home, I have another video focused on refreshing and decluttering your entire living space. It's packed with practical ideas you won't want to miss, and it will make a real difference in your daily life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can enjoy a more organized, stress-free home every day. Share these tips with friends and family too. Everyone deserves a space that feels light and joyful.